welcome,
Uh,
welcome to the BeastCast, episode 13. Um, as always, I'm here with uh Bill Clinton. I mean Raven Bones. Raven Bones, hello.
Amazing.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing spectacular. I'm doing superb. I'm doing just great. Uh,
Yes. Are you feeling the holiday season?
I'm feeling the holiday season. What about you? You sound a little stuffed up there.
Oh yeah. So basically, really funny story. Last night I bought a can of spicy chili and I didn't feel like it was enough, so I added ghost pepper hot sauce to it and some chopped up jalapenos. And man, I had a blast last night. Just absolutely just draining the shit out of my sinuses. But I thought I had blown my nose well, or maybe I did, but like I went to bed like right after I ate it, and I woke up with a bunch of shit in my throat, so I wasn't even able to talk.
Yeah.
Like I actually tried to speak, and nothing was coming out. That's how bad it was. So now I made homemade tacos with jalapenos, and uh, I have hot sauce, different hot sauce meant for tacos, and so I ate another spicy taco just to, help get things running again.
Nice. That's funny. I hate spicy foods. I have white people taste buds, or I guess what you call white people taste buds.
I figured you would by the
So
look of your hair.
okay, buddy. Okay. No. Funny enough, my parents are actually both the opposite. Actually, no. My mom is the opposite. My dad doesn't really eat spicy food, although he can. I've seen him eat some really spicy shit. My mom is a fucking beast. My mom will eat the spiciest shit in the world. Like, have you ever seen that Hot Ones, the Last Dab
Yeah,
sauce? So they used to have they probably still do sell it. I imagine they do. It's their brand.
they do.
But I bought her that for Christmas, and she was like, "Oh, we should use this," and I was like, "Oh, we." Like who's we? Like Nintendo we? Because I'm not using that. And so, she put that on the fucking she put that on one of her wings, and I kid you not, she didn't even react to it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Holy shit, she is disgusting." She'll go
dude,
to
I bought it too.
you did? Did you try it?
Oh, of course I did.
Were you just steaming?
Dude, it was a thrilling experience. I know
Dude,
why your mom didn't overreact. They literally on the show, I feel like they play it up a little bit. It's not as hot as they try to make it out to be. But I mean, it is enough to like, burn your insides for a bit. It was really nice.
and then
It actually has flavor, by the way.
oh really? What's the flavor of it?
It's this I'm bad at describing flavors. It You can tell it definitely has a ghost pepper flavor. It's like a mix between ghost pepper, mustard, and then there's a sweet flavor to it.
Would you recommend it to people who are like into that type of shit?
Of course I would.
Yeah. It it's not for me. I would die.
You can
My
lose weight.
ooh, nice. Yeah, shit all the shit out of your system.
Sweat it all out, all that
Sweat,
liquid.
sweat it, shit it, piss it. Basically, every orifice there's gonna be a liquid coming out of it. Oh my
Pretty
god, this
much.
stupid fucking Discord. Anyways, so yeah, so my mom, when we go to Buffalo Wild Wings, she'll always get like the hottest sauce. And then so I don't know if you've been to Casey's, you said the gas it's a local gas station for those of you who don't know what a Casey's it's called Casey's General Store. And they used to have this thing, I can't remember what the chip was called. It was like it was pretty expensive. It was just one chip and it was super fucking hot, like super hot. I took a video. It was probably on my YouTube channel for like the longest. My friend Alan took a bite of it. We made my mom do it, and my mom like literally she reacted like a little bit. She was like, "Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy," but like she was fine. I was like, "Holy Jesus Christ!" I can't remember what it was called. It was like the El Diablo or some shit, some weird
Yeah,
stuff.
I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name of it either.
And it was the one chip challenge. That's what it was called. And yeah, my mom fucking beasted through that shit. I was like, oh my god,
Mm.
she's disgusting. My mom is crazy on it.
I
I
guess you could say your mom is hot.
okay, dude. Okay, buddy. But no, my taste buds are the opposite. I can't do spicy things. Funny enough, dude, I am so bad with spicy things. I like really can't do even like um I can't even really do a lot of like just normal spices. Like even hot sauce kind of gets me. I struggle with hot sauce.
Oh my god, dude, how do you live?
I I don't know, man. I live a very comfortable life. I live whenever I order wings, I get a gold rush, which is just like it's a tangy wing sauce and it's delicious. That's what we serve at
Yeah.
our. I funny enough, I'm a really big fan of wings and wing sauces, just not like buffalo. I can't. Also, even if I could handle spicy things, I don't know why I'd ever eat buffalo wings because buffalo is just such a mid flavor for me. Like when you stop and get past the um the spiciness of at least our buffalo sauce, it just kind of tastes kind of mediocre. Like I wouldn't ever really want to pick it. Yet so many people pick it. I guess I don't know. I guess more power to them if you want to have just a mid flavor. Have you? When was the last time you ever been to a Buffalo Wild Wings? You ever been to one of
I've
those?
never been.
Oh, they have like this sauce meter, kind of like the hot ones does, to show you like how spicy everyone is, and they have like 50 different wing sauces or whatever. And usually I get like one of the bottom five, and then my mom will get like one of the top like five or three or something like that. I don't remember. But if you ever go there, we should definitely, dude. We ever fucking meet up, we're going to a B Dubs, dude. They have
100%.
they have they have some of the most mediocre food, but their wings are fucking phenomenal. And it's such a good experience because it's like a sports bar, but it's like a little more cool. When have you ever been to Red Lobster?
No.
You never been to Red Lobster either? That's a little more expensive,
No.
but that's good. Do you like any seafood? Are you a seafood dude?
I like shrimp and I've tried the occasional crab.
I'm a really big shrimp. Are you a breaded shrimp or a fried shrimp type of guy?
Both.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, see, that's the things we have in common is shrimp. We can say we're
Yeah.
different in every section, but shrimp, no. We love our shrimp. But you cannot tell me that a shrimp fried that rice. Like realistically, there's no way. There's no way that happened. What is okay? So we had this discussion earlier. Funny enough, when I was in class. So if if you had to choose one food for the rest of your life, and it's the only food you could have, okay, for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Okay, before I even answer this, does condiments count as a food? Like
Sure.
if I were to say
Oh,
no, like if I were to say chicken tenders, does that mean that I can't have barbecue sauce or ketchup with it
no, no, no. You can have all the sauces. Just you have to choose one main meal for like one main
for the
thing
rest of my life?
for the rest of your life.
Tacos.
Tacos?
Does tacos count? Because you kind of get a tortilla shell,
I
cheese,
guess
and
because it's
lettuce.
like I guess it would be like something you'd order off a menu was what we were going off
Okay.
of. So
Oh,
like
okay. A
so it'd be
menu.
like
All right.
so it'd be like a burger or taco or pizza or like a or maybe like a salad or something like that, you know? Like you could only
Okay. All
have
right
like a
then.
Caesar salad for the rest of your life or you could only have a burger or you could only have pizza, you know? Something
Oh,
like basically I guess it kind of boils down to like what's your go-to item that you will always eat for the rest of your life that you could see yourself realistically eating for the rest of your life. Because I think mine would either be salad or pizza. I could, there's so many things you can do with salad, and there's so many different things you can do with pizza too. I feel like
pepperoni pizza for the rest of my life.
pepperoni pizza, that's a good one. I'm a really big ham slash Canadian bacon fan too. I love me pepperoni. This is my go-to whenever I order from the pizza place I work at. So we get to make free food whenever we close, like, and because closing takes fucking forever because there's so many stupid little fucking dumb things we got to do, and it just ends up taking like 2 hours. So we close at 9, but we usually don't get out of there until like 11:30. It's kind of lame. So my go-to usually is pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and we put our toppings under. the cheese because it actually cooks a lot better. They cook better in the oven. Funny enough. So
Yeah,
that's a fun
I
fact.
put mine under the cheese too.
Yeah, places that don't put it under the cheese, you may notice they'll get more crispy and burnt. So I guess if you like that, go for it. But it's just better to put it under the cheese. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't like I like marinara, but my go-to is not marinara. It's Alfredo sauce. It's this white sauce, and I'll do Alfredo. And then I'll do Canadian bacon and pepperoni, and then I'll do Swiss and then mozzarella cheese. Oh, yummy! That is like so good.
Mmm. I can picture it now.
Yeah,
Delicious.
because like the Swiss and the mozzarella they mix because they're both like white cheeses and they mix so well and it's so because Swiss gives you like a little bit of a thicker like when it burns Swiss gets like or melts I should say it gets like thicker and it's nice and gooey and I love Swiss cheese especially like on Subway whenever I order hot sub sandwich I love Swiss cheese. The American cheese they have at Subway slash Irish cheese are the same thing but they are they're also really good when they're melted. What's your go-to Subway sandwich?
Meatball marinara.
Ooh. Mine's the cold cut combo on Italian. What bread?
I do the Italian urban cheese.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like just the plain Italian for most of my subs. I like if I get a steak and cheese, I'll do the Italian herbs and cheese cuz those are cooked sandwiches. But the Italian herbs and cheese is just good when it's cooked. I don't know. I can't stand going to Subway. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but when I went the last time I went to Subway, it ended up being like $19, and it was just for a hot
Yeah,
sandwich.
prices have gone up.
Subway in particularly, like it's Subway's through the roof, dude. I remember when I could get a five boomer saying, but I remember when I could back in my day when I could get a $5 foot long, and then I could get a
Got
drink.
$5
Dollar
foot
foot
long.
long. God, okay, don't get me wrong. Hear me out. Jared Fogle was a bad guy, right? But Subway was so much better when he was a spokesperson. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do you actually know how much like I guess I won't say it all out. Like CP he had, like, didn't he
Oh
have like
yeah.
he had like
Yeah.
8 terabytes in like 2008 or some shit like that. It was so much. Like, how do you even
So
get that
much.
much? How do you even
Well, clearly he has connections.
exactly like there, that was there was so much shit.
Subways weren't the only thing he was eating fresh. Now Subway just eats freshly through your wallet.
Exactly, dude. I can't with Subway anymore. But it's still like my guilty pleasure. Every once in a while I'll get a sub sandwich. I can't help myself. Ooh, since we're at the end of the year, I guess since we're on food topics, what's the most fast food what's the most fast food like of one place you've had this year? Like what was your where do you think you went the most this year for fast food?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. I wish I had a Taco Bell here, dude. That's
They
like
just built one this summer, and I literally spent $200 on it in the first week. And that was the first time I ever went to a Taco Bell, by the way. I made it to 28 years old without ever trying a Taco Bell. And then the moment it gets built, I'm literally like, okay, fine.
yeah.
Since everybody's yelling at me because it's built right across from the Walmart, I'll go there. I went there, $200 went down the drain that entire week.
And you didn't regret it.
I did.
Oh.
Too much food.
I dude, I love some Taco Bell. I wish I had a Taco Bell here. That's one of the bad things about living in a small town is we used to have a Taco John's here, but they closed down because this town, Montevideo, flooded. It completely flooded the town I live in. In 1997, the river got super high and the town flooded, and like half the population basically left the town, and yeah, that was kind of sad. It was a sad moment. But
Sag.
we lost Pizza Hut, we lost Taco John's, we lost Hardee's, we lost like half the business on our main street. Oh man, it was not fun. It I imagine that was a rough year to live here. most of the people moved away because they were afraid that their house was gonna get flooded again, and then it hasn't flooded since. The water got close in like 2018. Our golf course was underwater for the longest, for like that entire summer. They couldn't. They were literally. It got to the point where it was flooding so badly. They started actually like they started taking pumps and they were trying to pump it out back into the river, but they couldn't do it because the river was just also so high. So then it was like, dude, what do we do? Because there's just water everywhere. So we just had the golf course lost like all of its business that year.
I guess you could say they got a drop in one.
Hole in one, drop in one. That's a good one though. I like that.
Yeah, it was dumb. I don't.
You tried. Hey, no, the effort was there,
I
Raven.
tried.
The effort was there, and I saw the effort. Oh, I love golf, Raven. I told you I was telling you that during the summer you should have got into golf.
I guess the flooding was pretty on par.
Okay, that was good. That's a good one. That's okay. That's a good one. No, I should get you into golf. I have clubs that you could use. Also, but you said there wasn't like a golf course near you. You said right?
I don't know. I don't do golf. I have no idea if there is or isn't.
Well, that's what I was saying. I should teach you.
But why would I go golfing?
It's very good exercise and it's fun.
Is it now?
Yeah, if you walk a golf course, most golf courses that are 18 holes are roughly 3 miles, and plus if you're walking, most times you're carrying your bag on your back, and so that's about like 12 pounds on your back, and the swinging motion plus the walking plus the carrying, it's a good workout. Usually, my phone app, I usually get like, oh god, I usually get like 4,000, 5,000 steps on average a golf day. And also, if it's hot out, you're going to start sweating too. And the most fit I will ever be in my life is when I'm golfing. Like during the golf season, I'm super in shape. I guess to be fair, I also live a better lifestyle than I don't eat as much fast food. I do a little bit more weightlifting than I do now, like toning. I have to start doing my yoga though. I just started yesterday doing my first day of yoga again because I have to start doing yoga for my golf team. So, I have to do yoga so I can get super flexible. And so I do yoga every other day, and I will do that throughout the golf season, from now until the end of the golf season. And then it's off to college golf, which is even worse because now I have to do yoga since I'm considered a one sport athlete in college. If I even go to college, by the way, um, I am now considered a one sport athlete, which means everything I do for sports has to be year round devoted to that. So now I'm going to be basically yoga every day, lifting every day, swinging golf clubs every day, which I don't mind it, but I usually like to take the end of the summer, like August to, and then into winter, like early December, and just have it be like my time. But, it's whatevs.
It's whatevs.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do successfully well.
Yeah, I I still have my fucked up shoulder, which this summer I'll probably get surgery finally. I need to get surgery done before I actually start doing like real competitive golf if I do competitive golf in college because um so my shoulder basically when I was like 12 or 13. Yeah, I was 13. When I was 13, we were playing basketball and my friend Evan, he was jumping to grab the ball and I was running too and basically he jumped and he sprinted behind me, jumped and slammed his entire body into my shoulder and he hit my shoulder and fell on top of my shoulder and then basically my shoulder went like it went just cracked. I was like, "Oh, yep, that's not good." Shoulder healed, shoulder healed, and I can use it, but my range of motion is only about 50. It's only about half, so literally half. 50% of what it was before is what the doctor told me when they were looking at it when it was healing. It's gonna only be 50% without surgery, so I can't get it back to 100% ever. I can get it up to like 95, but I will never be as flexible in that shoulder as I originally was, or at least the range of motion, I should say. It's gonna be just a little less. So what ended up happening is the reason why it's not as good and why I need surgery is when he pushed me and he fell, one of my nerves got caught in between. So there's a rotator cuff, I think that's what it's called. So there's a little ball that the arm bone has that connects to the shoulder, and there's a little area down there, like there's a little dip area that the shoulder bone, like the little ball goes into. I think it's called a rotator cuff. I could be like capping, but and I got a nerve caught in there. And it went, and then when it healed up, it just kept pinching the nerve. And now the nerve is pinched in there and like solidified into my bone basically. So now they have to go in, they have to cut my bone open, they have to take the basically just rearrange that entire cut part of my nerve, and then basically I'd have to wear a cast for like 2 months because they're basically breaking my arm. Like they're basically breaking my arm and doing surgery on it, which is kind of lame. So I'm gonna miss out on like 2 months of golf because it's only like a little bit of breaking because it's only at the top part and it should heal quick. But it's I'm gonna miss like a month or two of golf, which so I was almost gonna do it this winter, but I didn't have a chance to. So
God, that would be so cool to be the doctor doing that surgery, to be like, boop, broke your arm.
yeah, well, so
Sucker.
they like cut it with a break. So they like have this little thing and they cut into the bone. But if you just cut like straight through a bone, it you just can't heal again. Like unless there's like very specific circumstances. So what they do is they usually just break it because then if you break the entire part of that bone, then the body will just regenerate itself basically. Um, and then I can they can just go in and cut me open, like cut through the skin and just get the nerve out, and then I'll be able to throw a football again.
All right.
I can't throw a football either right now. Or basically a baseball either. It's my right shoulder, and I throw right-handed, but I right left-handed. I can't throw a football or baseball because whenever I go back for that, my shoulder cracks, like pops because the nerve is stuck in it, and it has like a weird the shoulder's just at a weird angle, like the ball is. So it pops, and then I lose range of motion for like a day in my shoulder. So I'm living my best life right now, you know.
Like, all right, we're gonna prep you for surgery. All right, it's broken. Let's get it in there.
I think they usually put you under because breaking when you watched no, never mind, that would be stupid. But uh yeah, being awake when they do things on you is not fun. I have found that if any chance they can put me under for something and they recommend to put me under, I don't say no. I don't care if it's like 500 extra dollars or whatever. I'm not going to say no because I know how bad it is. Because when I was younger, they didn't pull my wisdom teeth out. They just pulled my wisdom tooth out. But they had to do surgery on my gums, and they told my mom, my family is poor when I was growing up. They told my mom, they said, "Listen, okay, this kid, you might want to put it we might want to just give him laughing gas, put him under, because or else if we just do Novocaine, he's still gonna feel most of it. Like it's gonna be numb, but he's gonna feel it, and he's gonna be awake, and he's gonna be squirmish, and it's just not gonna be fun, and there's gonna be blood everywhere. He's gonna get squeamish, and he might pass out, and then we really can't do that because then we can't check his vitals, and we don't know like when he's gonna wake up and all that stuff." My mom goes, "Well, we don't really have the money to afford it, and so then no free healthcare, so um." Then they were like, okay. They Novocained me, and I literally, I could see the blood. It was the most disgusting thing in my life. It was so nasty. And ever since then, I've been scarred of doing surgery like while I'm awake. So if they do a surgery on me, I like any procedure, I guess, and I get the opportunity to go under, I'm going under. I don't care. I don't even care. Like I kind of had a bad repetition or reputation. There you go, not repetition. That's not the right word. Reputation with doctors, um, with needles. Not doctors, nurses. I fucking hate nurses in particular. When I used to go to the doctor, we used to have a really shitty hospital, and the nurses used to miss my veins so much, so they would have to poke me like 4 times, and I eventually got so squeamish to needles that for like 5 years I wouldn't get any vaccines. But then I was like I finally manned up, and I finally got all the shots I needed because they were gonna kick me out of school if I didn't get some of like the real like human Pavlonian virus like HPV and shit. I was literally just a walking petri dish. I I was like, oh god. So then I finally got. I think it all started too with an I used to have to do IV blood transfers and stuff. So yeah. Did you have any fun doctor experiences when you were younger?
Um, well, not when I was younger.
Now?
Like about 5 years ago, it was hilarious. I had to get a esophageal echo of my throat,
Yeah.
where they basically put down that big old long camera thing down your throat.
Oh. Okay.
And they were all like, we could put you under if you want, or well, actually it's not an if, they have to, you can't really be awake for it. And I was all like, okay, sure, but like, I need you to understand that I have a hypersensitive gag reflex. Like, it's very picky on when it wants me to gag or not. Like, I hear because like it's picky. Like, I could kick a handful of ice chunks. I could swallow them no problem, stretch my throat out. But like the moment I try to take a handful of pills, like I'm gagging and almost throwing up. I have no idea why. Um, but there, I was all like, "You do know that I don't want this to happen." They're like, "Oh no, don't worry, we'll numb your throat." So I get on this chair. They spray the shit into the back of my throat. It does numb me, okay, and then they put that mask over me to knock me out. But the problem is that I actually was still somewhat coherent through the entire thing, which amazed them because according to my vitals, it's said that I was like passed the fuck out, but like I was literally recalling the entire event to them. I was all like, "Yeah, remember when you started to put it down my throat and you were all like, just keep swallowing, don't worry." Like I could feel it go to the back of my throat and like just climb down my esophagus the entire way. Like I was even feeling you do the little thing where it enters the part of my stomach so you could take pictures and stuff. Because I have a severe acid problem and acid reflux problem. So they
Is
were
that
trying to
why
figure out,
that's why they put the camera down your throat to see why you
yeah,
okay,
to see
yeah.
why that was an issue. And they were all like, "You remember that?" And I was like, "What do you?" I was like, "Yeah." Like you were even talking to the other nurse about um, you wanting to make green bean hot dish for dinner, and it was the most hilarious thing because they were all like, "Dude, you used like the amount you're supposed to use to knock somebody out. Like you were knocked out. How do you remember that?" I don't know, but it felt strange as shit to have that thing go down inside of me. Oh my god. Like it really was. And then of course like I'm not immune, okay? The anesthesia like did do some really fucked up thing. I was talking about all sorts of shit, but they thought it was hilarious that while I
You
was
just
there.
accidentally get a little too based while you're on your like anesthesia.
I kind of did. I kind of did just a little bit. Uh, I don't remember everything that I was saying because like it was like, oh, after the surgery, suddenly now you can't remember things. But the nurses and the doctor was amazed that I was actually in the recovery room telling them about the whole experience and that it actually did happen word for word because like I got like all of the papers printed off, and because we work at a hospital where they believe in um the patient being able to have full security, you can even view a recording of your procedure, like an
Oh,
audio
that'd be kind
recording.
of cool though.
And that's all because of a lawsuit where a guy apparently brought a voice recorder into his surgery or something, and he ended up catching all the doctors and stuff making fun of him and all that other stuff, so it led to a lawsuit and some other bullshit. But anyways, so like you can actually see the transcript and stuff from, and it was like, yeah, I looked at it, that is exactly what happened. So the doctor was actually not trying to trick me while I was under anesthesia being high. I literally was and did recall the entire thing. And then I got based, as you would like to say, while I was in the hospital room.
I just imagine I'm like in the surgery room at or like I'm the dude with like the voice recorder and I walk in and they're like, "Hey, how you doing? You know, yeah, we're just gonna do this." Fucking gets knocked out. Look at this fucking fat ass. Oh my god. He starts like just like starts playing with your boob, like flipping it up and down. Like, what the
I
hell?
started I even started talking about my book, which was hilarious. I was saying some stuff from it, but I wasn't distinguishing what was my book and what was not. So I was all like, there were I had a nurse who was trying to talk to me because like my parents were late to come pick me up because they were my ride home, and or at least my mom was my ride home, and she was like late to come get me from the recovery room, and I had a nurse there. I was kind of the only one in there. Hospital wasn't busy, and um it was hilarious. The nurse was just talking to me and she was all like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And I was all like, "Yeah, I kidnapped her and I hold her in my torturing pen."
Dude, yo, what?
I was like, "Yeah, I and she's like, "Oh," I said, "Yeah, there's sometimes I take a knife and I torture her with it because like
Jesus
she can."
Christ.
Like, I was just saying all kinds of weird shit.
I have a voice recording. My dad took a video when I was under. Uh, I could play it, but I don't know if I want to. Fuck it. I'll
Nah,
play it. No,
you
I'll play it.
don't.
I'll play it. I'll fucking play it because I think it's funny as hell. Hold on. I'll just play it through the mic. You see that over there? It's like you see it. It's like doubled. I can't even like. It's like doubled. It doesn't even like. The sign is there like 2 or 3 times. It's crazy. Yeah. And like that sign, this sign, but here. Yeah, that. Weird. Yeah. I just go weird. Hold on, it's not done. It's not done. It's not done. Don't bang on that. The nurse comes in, I think. No, right here, right here. Oh, this fucking IV, dude. Fuck your IV. I can't handle it. I hate that, dude. You what? The IV. Yeah, what about it? I can't handle it. You can't handle it? Well, no, like, it's just annoying.
Based is like his IV.
I can't handle it. You can't handle it? No, no, it's fine.
It's just annoying.
Oh man, dude,
That's the funniest shit ever.
that was when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and they took all 4 of my wisdom teeth. So they put me under so much laughing gas. I was so stoned at the bejesus. Holy fuck. So
Oh.
so yeah, I think having I mean I imagine I've seen videos of those people like when they put like the camera down their throat and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that did they figure out how to stop your acid reflux?
Nope, they actually don't know why I have it. They just know that at the time I had significant swelling. So basically, I take acid reducers over almost every day. I
Oh,
take omeprazole and um what's the hell is this called? It's Zantac or a version of Zantac every
yeah.
single day. And
Didn't one of the really good acid reflux medicines get taken off the
yeah, it was
shelves?
Zantac.
Yeah.
It's back on the shelf now because they
Oh,
changed the ingredient
oh nice.
that was causing the supposed liver cancer down the road. But I was all like, okay, well, I was swallowing these pills every day before they were taken off the shelf for years and stuff. So it's like, who the hell cares?
Yeah, my dad has horrible acid reflux as well, so um he he could have like a I think is that surgery called gastric bypass or whatever? Or I don't remember what the
Yeah,
surgery's called, but he could get the surgery, but he just doesn't want to. He just because whenever he takes meds, he's just fine. So or like the pills. Um,
yeah.
so I guess it's whatever. Doesn't Pepto Bismol is that acid or is that something else? Is Pepto Bismol like stomach?
That's for heartburn, yeah,
Yeah,
acid. But like to me, Pepto Bismol never really works.
yeah.
So
I feel like it never works. I don't even know how it's like still a thing. I don't ever hear anybody say they use it or
Because
recommend
all
it.
it does is just all it does is it gives relief from it. It doesn't kind of prevent it. It like coats the esophagus to,
So I guess if you're
calm
having
it
like a
down.
really bad acid reflux day, you could just take a little bit of that and take some pills and then, mix. Or can you not mix them? Are you allowed to mix them?
I don't know. I'd mix them anyways if I wanted to. If it was bad
Do
enough, who
not
the hell
drink this with
cares?
alcohol. Okay, I will drink this with tons of alcohol.
Oh, with that, oh sweet Pepto brandy is gonna be great.
Pepto Coke. Can I get a Pepto Brandy Coke, please? Dude, have you ever had Pilk before?
No.
That's Pepsi milk. It's disgusting.
Oh my
But
god.
some people like it. Some people actually like it. I don't know why, but
You trying to make me throw up, man?
Coke
Don't.
milk's the same thing too. There's a guy in one of the SM64 speedrunners chat. I think Liam's. He's one of the world. He was a world record holder for a while. His name was literally Coke Milk, and I was like, dude, that's so weird. You're a weirdo. Why would you name yourself that on Twitch? What a fucking idiot.
That
Yeah.
is don't. I can't. My stomach.
I can't. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The entire idea of there being a Pepsi milk is making me gag.
Okay, okay, we're done with the Pepsi shit.
All right, now Game Awards happened though.
Yeah, the Game Awards did happen. The Game Awards were pretty funny this year. It was
Pretty
I
funny.
did you watch any of the Game Awards or did you watch them
I
all?
watched the entirety
I
of it.
also watched the entire thing. I thought it was fucking great. I watched
It
half
was
of it
amazing.
with I didn't watch the actual Game Awards. I watched the somebody react to it or I guess somebody else stream it. Um
Uh,
and well, I had it open on the other monitor, but I just didn't care because this guy I was watching this guy Clint Stevens who never streams. He hasn't streamed in like 5 months, and he was streaming Mario Kart, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll watch it." And I didn't really want to leave, so I was like, "Whatever." So I was watching it with him, and he was having some pretty funny takes. And then I ended up finishing it off on just the regular Game Awards. Uh, but so first off, the guy who played Kratos, I don't know. Okay, don't get me wrong. He's a cool dude, and I fucking love him. He took so fucking long, dude.
I think he did that on purpose because at the time, if you remember, Joff or whatever his name is,
Jeff
Steam was giving
giving away
away
Steam
free
decks.
Steam decks
So
for
you think he
every
was?
single minute.
So you think he was trying to get people to get rid of the Steam decks as many as possible?
Yeah, and I feel like this is just me, no proof, but I've seen him give speeches and he's pretty good. He follows the prompt. He never like even when it's emotional. I've seen him get a few of them for Stargate, especially 2018 for Game of the Year when it was an emotional thing for him. I feel like I think he needed to stall because I think something with the production team needed to finish up something with the venue because like when it got near the end there where he started to wrap up, you just see him like talk normally, rapid firing through everything, no stuttering. And it's like I felt like he took his time on purpose because they needed him to take his time so that they could fix whatever was broken so that the Game Awards could continue as normal.
My first thought was that he was drunk, but then I was like, "There's no way. There's absolutely
There's
no
no.
way."
Plus, the other thing I could think of is this is the last game of Kratos that we're getting,
Yeah,
and with him as Kratos, and I think he just wanted to savor the moment that he'll never
yeah,
be up there anymore, getting any more awards for anything unless somebody else brings him in for. Imagine a Stargate game with him as the main
dude,
character.
that would be fucking sick. I okay. Okay. I you know what? I respect that Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Okay,
I do too. I was a little pissed, but
I was a little pissed. One thing I was really pissed about was how Horizon Zero Dawn didn't win any awards. Not even Aloy's actor, who I thought did an amazing job, by the way. And that's whatever. But I saw people in when this Clint Stevens guy, he was talking about how he loved Forbidden West. He played through the entire game and 100%ed it. And everybody in his chat was just clowning him. They were like, "Oh my god, that game is so boring. I can't believe people actually played that game. Like, how is it even a contender for Game of the Year?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious? I can't believe people actually like. I mean, you have your own opinions, but like that is just so like wrong."
Yeah, everybody like here's the thing. Here's the thing that you don't realize. Maybe the game might actually be boring. but we enjoy it because there's obviously something about the world where you like taking your time in it. I mean, I'm one of those people that love Assassin's Creed 1. But if you get anybody's general opinion on Assassin's Creed 1, they'll tell you it was like the most boring game they've ever played. Whereas for me, I'm all like, yes, this is the spirit,
But
So
but the thing is like Horizon Forbidden West is not boring. For Zero Dawn is more boring than Forbidden West. Zero Dawn has so many sections where you're just moving and you're not fighting anything. And in Forbidden West, you don't ever. They made sure because that was one of the biggest complaints. Even I had a complaint about that when I first played the game. Was there was a lot of just moving. You didn't. There was a lot of just going from one place to the next. In this game, yes, you're going from one place to the next, but they knew that they wanted to make it so you're always engaged. So there is constantly things happening, so the game is not boring. And I mean, some people were pissed off that the devs were a little salty, but I mean, it's in a way it's a little justified to be a little upset when when both the games you produce that were not only they took years to make, but were also phenomenal crafted masterpieces only to get fucked over by another game that year. Because think
yeah,
about it, her Zero Dawn released the exact same year as Breath of the Wild, and then this one released the exact same year as God of War and Elden Ring. So there was no chance it was even going to win this year. At least in 2017, it was a runner up to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but this one it didn't even get a. It maybe got top 3. I think more people would have voted for Stray than Forbidden West. So
maybe it had something to do with them thinking that the story kind of took a dumb turn. I have no idea.
I don't know. Either way,
And then not to mention a Plague Tale Requiem got fucking shafted as too. I
yeah,
mean
yeah,
that
that
was a
yeah.
the first game was phenomenal, and the second game here is emotional as shit. Like you thought Ragnarok was tearing you up. Requiem knows how to just rip your heart out and feed it to wolves. Like it's a great game, and yet that didn't win any awards either.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I love the Game Awards. I just man, it's
Not
we
to
just
mention
been
it's not
screwed.
chosen by the voters.
I know it's not chosen by the voters, which is the stupidest thing. Which is funny
It's like
because
elections.
yeah, it's funny because I think they even mentioned that the the only some categories the voters matter, like the ones that they just list off where they're like, here's
Yeah.
who chose. But for game of the year, it's basically whoever I think it's whoever just pays the biggest amount of money, I guess. I don't know.
Game of the year, best game direction, best art, best soundtrack, and I believe it's those four. The voters do not get to decide anything.
Yeah. Which is stupid, but whatever, doesn't matter. I still respect that Elden Ring won game of the year. It was a
Oh
good
yeah,
game.
I knew deep down it was gonna win, and
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is when I saw God of War sweeping all the other categories, I knew Elden Ring was going to win game of the year because
so did I.
God of War sweeps the rest, Elden Ring takes the final cake.
Oh yeah.
So,
I I knew I'm one of those dumb people that gets vibes or just like feels a vibe. When Christopher Judge was taking forever to do his speech, I was like, I know it had nothing. I know none of the actors or studios know if they're gonna win or not, but it was like just the way his speech was playing out. I was sitting there like, yep. I understand this tone. I have a feeling that even though I don't want to admit it, Elden Ring is going to win simply because of just how long and sad this speech of his seems to be. Like I just have a feeling, and rightfully so, because Elden Ring didn't have to rush whatever the hell it has for a story or as a game. It just came out, whereas Ragnarok, of course, had to condense so much into a game because Sony was all like, F you, we don't want three.
dude, Jeff debated us so good on one of the
Dude, I hate that motherfucker.
he debated us on the was it the Arma one? The final big announcement that wasn't Final Fantasy. It was I think it was Arma.
Armored Core 6.
Yeah, our armor core whatever 6. He was like he got a little emotional. He was like I have something just spectacular to show you guys. He goes I've been waiting. They've been here before and I was like, "Oh my god, it's GTA 6 or it's going to be like yeah, I was immediately thinking like holy shit, if they do GTA 6, this would actually be the greatest game awards of all time." And then
Uh-huh.
fucking and then all of a sudden it's just this game, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know. Like he did it more than once too. Like for the Street Fighter game, he was literally like, and then it pleases me to announce that this AAA studio, which has put out amazing games for the last 30 years, is coming
yeah,
here
that
to
one.
premiere the
I
newest. And I
knew
was
that
all
one
like,
wasn't GTA
oh,
6 though because that was way too early. If GTA 6 was anything, it would have been there. It would have been in that exact spot because that
I
was
know.
literally the last one.
But he kept doing it. It was like, okay, everybody, I'm so excited because of this company that puts out AAA games. Like it was like I was like, oh, GTA 6,
When
GTA 6.
The Last of Us cast came out for the show, I was like, "Oh, whatever." I thought it was kind of cool though. I think that's a good cast at least, but I don't think there's just no
I hate
point to
him.
have. There's no point to have the show. Like there is no point to have the show. I think I think Billy Bobby Brown is a very good actor. I think Pedro Pascal is pretty okay, but it's like I see no point, dude. I see no
I
point in
don't
it
see a
existing.
point. Pedro Pascal isn't a fucking Joel, and he'll never will be. Sorry. And I don't think the show needs to exist.
I mean, it's one thing when you're doing something like Uncharted, but it's another thing when you're doing something like Last of Us that gets remastered every fucking year on every generation, dude.
Yeah. Not to mention it's a movie game
Game.
anyways.
Yeah, it's not even a story mode game. It's like Kojima, dude. Okay, here's the thing with Kojima though, is I think Kojima would just be better as a filmmaker overall. Like, don't get me wrong, his games are awesome, but I think his game, like Death Stranding, is the perfect example of a game that just needed to be a movie or two. I think it would have just played a lot better as a movie or two. I mean, maybe you wouldn't have got as immersed, but still. Dude, if Smoke goes live one more time, I'm actually blocking him. I'm not even kidding. Okay. But
Yeah.
but it just oh man, I Kojima, did you see the Death Stranding 2 trailer? Um the
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole
do
thing.
you know what the conspiracy theory is?
What?
So you know the final boss or the big boss villain they showed, the main antagonist with the guitar thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly that's a Metal Gear Solid character, one of the main villains in the Metal Gear Solid universe or something like that. I think in
Oh,
Metal
that
Gear
makes
Solid
so
5,
much more
and
sense.
supposedly they're gonna be connecting the universes. So Death Stranding's gonna be like after Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, that would be that's a great theory. It's
Yeah.
almost like it reminds me of the theory that somebody made that um Breaking Bad caused the events of The Walking Dead.
Yes, dude, that one is great. And what's funny is there's so many nods to it that it almost is basically true. Um, the one guy, I can't remember what season it is. I think it's season 2 or season 3. There he has he has a bag and it's literally
Yeah,
just the Walter White fucking
Daryl,
yeah. And I
played by
was
Norman Reedus again, by the way.
yeah. Daryl was played by Norman Reedus. I thought
Yes, that's why everybody was so excited to have him and Kojima together because they were doing the Silent
oh,
Hill
that's
game.
Daryl. I was thinking of the other guy, his brother. Do you remember that
Merle?
guy? Yeah. Isn't he played he plays the blue guy and he plays God, what's his fucking name? Something Booker maybe? No. Fuck, he's in Call of the Dead, dude. Oh man, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Fuck, what is his name? Okay, I'm looking up. Dave Anthony. Wait, no, wait, what? That's not right. It's where is he? Michael Rooker. There you go.
Yeah, Michael
Michael
Rooker.
Rooker. I was trying to figure out what the fuck his name was, dude. Yeah, he plays blue guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Hmm.
then he plays
Yeah.
in
There's an entire bag that he has of the blue sky, and then Glenn drives the exact same Dodge Charger
Major. Yeah,
that Flynn, Walt Jr. drives. It has the same license plate too.
there's also there's also like a theory that they were gonna do a spin-off um with Jesse in the Walking Dead universe in Alaska, but it never got to
Oh,
fruition
and there's
because
a
they didn't.
reference to Jesse
Oh shit.
too. In The Walking Dead, there's a reference to Jesse. Glenn, when Rick, Glenn, and Daryl are in the
Yeah.
alleyway, uh, uh, they mention somebody who I forget how the dialogue goes, but they describe something that has to deal with a guy, and they describe somebody who's exactly like Jesse.
Yeah. But yeah. So the theory was before they were gonna do Better Call Saul, they were gonna do a tiny spin-off. So you know how they did the movie, the Breaking Bad movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So they originally were gonna do a Breaking Bad Walking Dead movie was the theory, and that it was gonna be about Jesse in Alaska, and it was gonna be set in the Walking Dead part of time, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
what ended up happening was, Walking Dead started to fall off really quickly, and yeah, it kind of just went downhill, and they just saw no point to doing that, so they just kept it in Breaking Bad, and then they did Better
Mm-hmm.
Call Saul instead as a spinoff, which I'm fine with. Better Call Saul, it's got some hilariously funny shit in it, so lightning shoots
Imagine
from my
Jesse.
fingertips.
Imagine Jesse finding out that the blue sky they cooked was the reason why the zombie apocalypse happened.
Could you fucking actually imagine that? That would actually be hilarious.
Yeah,
That
because
would also make
obviously
Walter White's character so much worse too, because this fucking guy just created an entire zombie apocalypse.
he wanted to get rid of cancer and he spread it to everyone else.
That is literally the exact same plot of I Am Legend. That is word for word, basically the plot for I Am Legend. They create that cancer saving miracle drug,
Yeah,
a-
cancer saving vaccine miracle drug. Yeah.
and then all the people who take it turn into the. They're not zombies, kind of. Are they? They're kind of
No,
like,
no, they're a half. They're mostly vampires.
yeah, they're like vampires because they can't be out in the night. And then I remember his like dog like runs in, and then he has to like escape all the vampires, zombie things, and that movie's fucking epic. We should watch that movie, dude. We should do a movie night again.
They're
God,
planning a sequel to it.
really? Still? I thought
Yeah.
Will Smith was like Dunsey for
Oh
like a
no, they're
while.
doing a sequel without him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say I thought Will Smith, like, I know he's doing that slave trade movie or whatever now,
Yeah, it
but
came out
yeah, um,
in Emancipation.
yeah, and but he's a banned from the Globe, the Academy or whatever for like 10 years.
Keep my
My
wife's
wife's
name
name out your.
out your damn mouth.
It's fucking. Keep
Oh,
my
okay. I
wife's
didn't
name.
want to swear that much.
Oh well, who gives a fuck, dude?
Okay, all right.
Nope,
And
we're not
then
PG anymore.
that's true. Now, for me personally, as much as I again love God of War, I love Forbidden West or Horizon Forbidden West, and of course, I love Elden Ring. I felt like, despite how beautiful all three of those games are, I felt like best art should have gone to Scorn.
Yeah, I didn't really think Best Art was like, fuck, did God of War win Best Art as well?
Yes. and
Yeah.
and all the games are beautiful, but to me, if you wanted to go which game had the most detail, the most art, the most creativity artistic wise, it was Scorn. And anybody who doesn't know what that game is, just look up the 2 minute trailer to it. There is so much in that game. I watched not only a playthrough of it because I didn't get to it yet because somebody had an early copy of it, but ever since the trailer, it's like this is detailed, this is very thought out, this is beautiful. And it's like this, I mean, well, I wouldn't say beautiful because it's kind of a horror game, but like it's very like you can see the amount of love that got put into just detailing every part of that game. And I was like, that game deserves to win. Horizon Forbidden West is beautiful. I saw gameplay of that when it came out. I was watching somebody play through the whole thing, and it's like that game is beautiful. The robots look amazing. The scenery. I mean, I was in love with the trailer when they announced it. And God of War, obviously beautiful, great. I love it. But it's like if you asked, and Elden Ring too. And it's like, but if you asked me what was like the most artistic game of 2022, I would be like, yeah, it's Scorn.
Yeah, as somebody who played through all of Forbidden West, it was a beautiful game, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't think it would have gotten best art.
Oh my god! And then Stray. What's the hell is with Stray being in every category? Like,
I
oh my,
I
almost.
don't know, dude. I have no idea why Stray was in every goddamn category. That was genuinely upsetting.
I literally said at the beginning of the Game Awards, I said, "Watch, okay. Everybody knows why the internet was made. Okay, the internet was made for porn and cats. Okay, and so here we go. We got this. We got this cat game. And here's the thing: the cat game is pretty cool. I watched somebody play from beginning to end. It really is like a well done game, but it's not like game of the year or all this other type of stuff as material. It's just a great type of 8 hour game to play through, and and I see it and I'm just like, watch, because this is what the internet was made for. God of War isn't gonna win. Elden Ring isn't gonna win. It's literally gonna be because you're gonna have all these moms, these chicks, these whatever it might be. Everybody's voting for Stray, and because of all of the Academy award choosers that are for the Game Awards, because they have like 100 or so people that vote on what they feel like should win the category. There's always going to be a bunch of people who are going to be like, oh, cats, and it's going to win. I'm like, just watch. The whole year is going to be just screwed over by a cat game. That's why I was happy to see Elden Ring win, because I was all like, because I know if it wasn't Elden Ring, it was definitely going to be Stray.
Yeah, and I don't know. I didn't play Stray, but I heard it was a pretty decent game, but I don't think it was.
Forsen broke it.
Yeah. I I did come away with two things that I'm so excited about from the Game Awards though this year.
What?
So the two things I'm most excited about is one, Jedi Survivors. We finally got a really good look at the sequel to Fallen Order. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought the actor coming out with the lightsaber was pretty fucking epic, and it looked like he actually knew how to use a lightsaber. Some Disney actors, uh, and then and then the second thing, and this one was really crazy, like out of the blue. I didn't even realize, I didn't even hear any leaks about this game. It looked fucking beautiful. The art style reminded me of my childhood, but on steroids. And it was Judas. It was that BioShock game. Now they actually, funny
Oh
enough,
yeah.
the developers don't have the rights to BioShock, but they have the rights to make the game look very similar. So that's what they're doing, and it looks fucking awesome. It gave me so much BioShock vibes, and I just wish it was called BioShock 4, but sadly they don't have the rights to BioShock because I don't remember who owns it, but they wouldn't let them make it their own game, so they left. And basically I think, if I remember correctly, the entire studio left, and now they're working on Judas, and it's coming out next year. So
I'm happy for it. Those two are definitely on my list, and then the third one on my
I already
list.
pre-ordered Jedi Survivors. It last night it went on. It was on my wish list, so it'll tell me like when it goes on sale on PlayStation. And I got a notification right after he came out on stage. Sony dropped it so it could be for pre-order, and I pre-ordered it. So
uh,
I only do that with a couple games. I only did that with Forbidden West, the first Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm doing that with Hogwarts Legacy.
Jedi Survivor, Judas, and um, God damn it! See, now you made me forget what it was. Uh, fucking Space Marine 2.
Oh, I saw that.
That
That looked kind of sick.
that looks sick. I was just like, oh, I thought this was gonna be, because every time they announce a Warhammer 40K game, like the last one they announced, it was RTS top down strategy. So I was all like, okay. And then I got to see the gameplay this time around, and I was all like, okay, yes,
Here
let's
we fucking
go.
go, dude.
So those are the three that I'm waiting to see.
Yeah. But no, the Game Awards had some pretty good moments, but I think there's one that topped them all. And it was
Yes,
right at the fucking end. The Elden
yes.
Ring developers win their game of the year. They come up and they're all having, and at first I didn't even notice anything. And all of a sudden the translator, he's talking, and then they're holding up the trophy. And they keep talking, and all of a sudden I notice a kid. I'm like, wow, that kid's got a big afro. It's like, wow, he doesn't really look like he belongs here. He's got a nice suit on, but like he doesn't really look like he belongs there, you know? Maybe he's just like a second translator or something in case this one strokes out or some shit. I don't fucking know. They do some crazy shit. But then all of a sudden, they hold up the award, everybody starts clapping, and then he just comes up and he goes, "Uh, I also like to nominate this award to my Rabbi Orthodox Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody." And everybody
My
starts clapping.
yeah, reformed
Yeah, reform
reformed Orthodox
Rabbi
Rabbi Bill
Bill
Clinton.
Clinton. And then everybody, and he goes, "Thank you," and everybody starts clapping, and then he just gets fucking like Batista bombed by fucking a bunch of um a bunch of the security and gets arrested.
Yeah,
And I
he was arrested.
so does anybody even know what that was about?
Yes, actually, if we want to get into it a
Sure,
little bit,
we can get a little based.
it's a little political. Uh, so I'm just gonna say it open-endedly because, of course, in the day and age, thanks to some rappers, I can't be as based as I want to, without it seeming like everybody's on high alert. But the reason why he said it is because Bill Clinton, as we know, has a very checkered past when it comes to little girls and Epstein, specifically Epstein. I think he's like on Epstein's ledger for visiting the island the actual most. And because of that, he's coming up and he's saying Orthodox, Bill Clinton. The reason being is the Orthodox Jews are the ones that worship the Talmud, which has very high pedophilic passages in there.
Oh, okay. So
It's another way
basically,
of calling
so
Bill
it was
Clinton a pedophile.
so he was basically calling Bill Clinton a pedophile. So like with his accent, I originally thought that maybe he was like he was a foreigner to the US, and maybe he just
Yeah.
like thought that Bill Clinton was still the president and didn't realize that we changed presidents. So maybe I thought he was trying to call out the president. But then I was like, well, Bill Clinton was so long ago and Obama had made such a chaos and so did Trump and even how Biden did. You would think that people in other countries would at least know that by now Bill
No.
Clinton is no longer the president. So then I
Mm.
was like, okay, that doesn't work. So yeah, so that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, he basically just called Bill Clinton a pedophile.
Yeah, and he did it in such a way to where now you again you got people like you should see some of the Steam comments, especially one where somebody was like, "Don't let that kid take away from the limelight of Elden Ring finally winning," because you even have some Elden Ring fanboys that are mad because now everybody's talking about the kid. They're not talking about Elden Ring
Fuck
winning.
Elden Ring, dude. I thought that was fucking hilarious, dude. I fucking love how he just got Batista bombed on the fucking stage.
Yeah, I know. And this is literally what they say because again, I'm going to be as base as I fucking can. If there's not a problem with something happening, then why the hell are you getting offended? For example, here's the thing. This is literally what somebody says, and this is what I reposted to them in a thread. Somebody said, please remember Game of the Year for Elden Ring and not that kid. And then in the comments, somebody's like, I'm honestly disturbed by how many took up the dog whistle and wonder if so many are just not understanding or taking the chance to spread it. And of course, anybody who uses the term dog whistle to me is a fucking idiot. And somebody was like, yeah, the poor kid was groomed by online weirdos. I bet they didn't even know who they name dropped or what the significance of it was that they were implying. Hopefully, a full investigation is underway. So I simply reply because anytime somebody does this, like, it's hilarious to me. So I simply replied, "Is there something wrong with being an Orthodox rabbi?" Because the thing is if there's something wrong with being an Orthodox rabbi, then what is it? But here's the thing, they can't tell you what might be the problem with being an Orthodox rabbi because the moment they try to tell you, they know that it's quote unquote anti Semitic. The same way why that guy who was, you remember those It's Okay to Be White posters that got put up? Well, there was another dude who decided to do something different, and he went to a liberal town in uh, I forget which state, and he hung up Islam is right about women, right?
Damn,
And
that's actually based. Holy shit.
and the thing is that you can't answer or be against what the poster says. You can't be for it and you can't be against it because of how double-edged it is. Because it's like, okay, Islam's right about women. Well, what do they mean by that? Is that meant to be negative or positive? I don't know. What's your understanding about Islam and women? They can't answer that. Why? Because they know that in third world countries, women are treated poorly by Muslims, especially because that's what for anybody out there who might be listening, I have a Quran. I was given to one that was signed by imams in Mecca. Okay. I grew up in an all Muslim community. I know what the Quran says. So when somebody goes to talk about women in the Quran in their place, you can't say that as a liberal without sounding like you are an Islamophobic person. However, if you agree with the poster, like, yeah, Islam's right about women, then you're simply
Yeah.
agreeing that women are second class citizens. And
Yeah,
you
so
can't do that. Why? Because that's misog.
it's so double edged. You literally just can't say anything. It's one of those there's a term, I think it's literally just called a double edged term. We learned about
Yeah,
it in
it's
American government. Is sometimes a lot of old politicians used to do that in like the 70s and 80s. They used to use those double edged terms. Hell, even the 60s, and the double edged term, you just like you can't do anything. You can't even
you
respond
can't
to
you
it
can't.
because you're either in the wrong or you're in the wrong. So
And
you're like,
because yeah, because nobody wants to be in the wrong at all. Whereas for me, it's like, well, do I believe women are second class citizens or not? Obviously not. Therefore, Islam's wrong about women. Islam is bad. And therefore, it's like, oh my God, you're Islamophobic. I never said I wanted everybody from Islam to die. I just said that they were wrong. And of course, that starts up more political shit. So when it comes to what this kid said on the stage, is there something wrong with being an Orthodox rabbi? They can't answer that question because they know that in order to talk about Orthodox rabbis or Orthodox Jews, they have to go into the practices of these Orthodox Jews because there's different types of Jews, but the Orthodox Jews, I will openly say, are the most savage in many, many different ways. I mean, they literally worship a book that talks about how they strangled Jesus by rope and then cummed all over him. Like, I don't know what else you're supposed to say to that, along with it's okay to rape a 3-year-old child as long as it's anally.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things that it's just I've seen on TikTok this morning. There was so many fucking memes about it.
Uh huh.
It was so fucking hilarious. I think I sent you the one, the Zoolander one, the one where it's Zoolander. It says Elden Ring accepting their game of the year, and he turns around and it's fucking uh
Uh,
the one guy, and it just says random kid.
I saw that. That thing made me laugh.
And then there was this on Reddit this morning. I got This is where I got the picture of the reformed Rabbi Bill Clinton on the fucking Elden Ring. I thought that was
Mm-hmm.
funny. So yeah,
But see, that's why, and it's like it's sad that you're not able to ever criticize somebody from another religion, or at least that religion, because of anything, simply because of an event apparently that you're never ever allowed to question, or that apparently deems them no longer able to be criticized, and it sucks because it's like anytime you're like, yeah, but like, what about the Orthodox Jews that do this? And everybody's all like, oh my God, how dare you bring that up? That's the type of thinking that made Hitler do what he did. And I'm just like, okay, but I'm not talking about Hitler or any of that. I never said anything. I never said that I wanted all these people to die. I'm simply asking, what about this? And you're suddenly having this reaction as I can't. So, as the saying goes, notice how they'll call you an anti Semitic, but they'll never call you a liar.
yeah. So
And it's like, yeah, but that's what the dude meant when he was on stage. It was literally a based kid having a gamer moment. And it's like one of the funniest things is you can find the clips of when he joins the group when they're
well,
walking up
yeah,
the.
like he just how did nobody even notice? Like surely somebody would have been like, hey, like should we just get this kid out of here quick, or like they waited
But
until he said something, which is kind of fucked.
respect to the kid though, he actually waited till their speech was
Was
over
done.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't interrupt them and like do a Kanye to Taylor Swift. He literally like waited until the
Now,
speech was done.
is he from the U.S.? Because he kind of had an accent, so I didn't know if he was.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I just know he got arrested. So I
Yeah,
guess.
he's arrested. He said he didn't. He said that he didn't want to take away from the limelight of Elden Ring. He just kind of wanted to troll, but apparently it took away from the limelight of Elden Ring because everybody's all like, "Oh, wasn't it that Rabbi that one game of the year?" Damn. Thanks, Bill Clinton, for bringing us Game of the Year.
Thank you, Bill. But no. So also one thing that's really cool is there was something else from the Game Awards. That Returnal, this roguelike game that was a PS5 exclusive, is coming to PC in January.
Yes. See, PlayStation games are starting to come to PC
And there's a
slowly.
rumor that so the DLC is coming out for Forbidden West in February. Okay, so a year after game launch. Okay, and first off, the DLC looks phenomenal. It looks beautiful. We're going down to LA, which they call fuck. I can't remember. It's like the something. Basically, it's a volcano. Basically, there's this big like the tectonic plate has shifted and like it's at a fault line, and LA and San Diego and all these places in bottom Southern California are like these molten rock cities, and they're it's so fucking cool. But they're also going to go into the end of the story with the basically the
Based.
yeah, with the amalgamation, is I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's that thing that fucking the stupid fucking idiots from space made. So spoilers, by the way, but the game's been out forever, so who fucking cares. But yeah, so also apparently when the DLC drops, is there's a rumor that the game is going to come to PC when the game drops, or when the DLC drops. So they're gonna make a PC version, and it's gonna be like $70, but it's gonna come with the DLC attached to it for free. So
No, that's nice.
I guess you'll be able to play Forbidden West in the next couple months. The Mario movie looks fucking awesome too. I honestly look, okay. It kind of looks stupid, but it's one of those movies that's gonna be fun, goofy, dumb, hilarious. Like Chris Pratt is not the best, but I think everybody else is doing a phenomenal job. I thought the Toad actor is what's his face? Peel? Or no, Key, right? It's the other one. It's not Jordan Peele, it's the other one, right? But he's the one that plays Toad, and I think he does a good job. He's pretty funny. Good actor. Did I ever show you that Did I ever show you that Key and Peele skit? The one I love the most in my entire life?
Yeah, you showed me.
The gay one?
Yeah, you did.
There's this Key and Peele skit for all of you who don't know, and basically, it's Key and he's like a politician, and it's on like C-SPAN, and it's talking about like all the different people, and it's like whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're straight, or whether you're gay, and when it goes to gay, it just cuts to this random dude for no reason in the crowd, and he just starts looking at the camera. And he's like, "Oh, okay," and the guy in Key keeps going on about gays, and he keeps panning back to this one guy, and he's like, bro, please, I can't. And he eventually like tries to like go to a different spot and like hide and shit. And everybody, they're like, and then he goes, "Hey, so turn to that gay person next to you," and they all just turn and stare. I don't. It's so fucking funny. Cause like, what do you fucking do in that situation? You just go, I'm not gay. I'm not gay." You don't want to interrupt anything. It's fucking... Oh man, I want
Mm.
to do that to somebody one day. I want to just like, if I was ever a cameraman, and somebody was talking some dumb shit like that, I'd fucking just start panning in on a random dude just to piss him off. Uh, well, anything else you want to add to today's amazing episode?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna have that much to talk about because we were doing this on a limb or on a whim because we had to do it a little early because I have a lot of shit going on tomorrow. I'm going to South Dakota. And I'm not just
Nice.
going to South Dakota. I'm going to Sioux Falls. Only about an hour away from Marshall, where Mister Ravenbones was birthed, and
Yes.
Trey Lance was also born there. I don't know if you know who that is.
Nope.
He is the main quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He was a prodigy. He played his entire high school career in Marshall. He graduated in like 2018 from Marshall High School. His parents still live there. Funny enough, they have like one of the biggest houses. They're super rich. He was my I drafted him for my fantasy football because I'm pretty decently big into football, right? And within two
Mm-hmm.
games, he broke his fucking leg. And then I picked up the other San Francisco quarterback, the backup one, Jimmy Garoppolo, and then he fucking broke his leg last week. So now I'm down two QBs on the exact same thing on the same team. So now my other quarterback, Geno Smith, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks, bleh, he's a decent QB, but apparently he's questionable to play now on Sunday. So I'm gonna be down three QBs basically, and I'm just can't take it anymore. I don't know. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I got fucked over this year. So, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So I'm going to Sioux Falls, and we're going to a Five Finger Death Punch concert. Me and my dad are.
Ooh, have fun.
I know. Five Finger Death Punch is gonna be lit. Like their music. It's kind of fire. S-
Damn
So,
straight.
so yeah, I guess some Five Finger Death Punch this weekend, and I'll probably schedule this to upload on Saturday. So, and I won't be back till Sunday. Fuck, damn it! I don't know if I'm gonna be able to upload this to RSS until probably mid Sunday. So, you probably won't. You probably, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for it being coming out so late on Sunday. But I guess YouTube gets a little early access this year. So, or this fucking episode this week. So with that, I guess we're gonna head out. So I will see you guys later. And Raven,
Bye, everyone.
yeah, see ya. Bye. We'll see you next week. Bye.